Hey everybody, it's me again, Adam Chapnick with the Security Token Academy. I'm here at Security Token Industry Launch Week, and I am joined by none other than Dave Hendricks from Vertalo. Thanks for being with us.
Hey Adam, it's great to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too again. So, first of all, for people who don't know, tell us, what is Vertalo?
So Vertalo is a platform that helps regulated financial institutions deal with compliance related to cryptocurrencies and the issuance process. So if you're a broker-dealer, if you're a custody platform, and you want to onboard investors, well, you need to do KYC and AML, and then you need to put them onto a ledger, okay? So what we do is we supply a ledger and a mechanism for guaranteeing or verifying that a wallet belongs to a certain individual, fund, or an individual. And so that helps regulated financial institutions manage their AML, which is critical to onboarding.
It's critical and it is required.
Yes.
Amazing. So how did you decide that that was the niche you were going to attack? I think I remember that you guys have you went in a certain direction that was also very exciting and decided this was a more promising way.
Well, so we started working on our security token in September of 2017.
Wow.
Okay, right, so we went through the whole Reg D process with our lawyers, and we spoke to lots of folks, and we figured out how to write our own smart contracts, and we figured out how to deal with the legal issues with the help of our lawyers, and we found all these holes. We found lots of great providers on issuance and exchanges, but what we didn't find in the middle was the cap table and the stakeholder registry. So we had to build that for ourselves.
Oh, interesting.
And so we came out of the process, the 9-month process of creating a security token.
Someone else might need this.
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
and we said, wow, we should focus on this because this is a problem that every issuer of a security token is going to have.
Yeah.
How do I manage the registry of my stakeholders? And how do I make sure that the wallets that my investors are presenting are actually owned by them? Okay, so we help with this compliance stuff. We help with the registry of stakeholders, which is a requirement for SEC disclosure requirement, and that's kind of an ongoing responsibility of an issuer.
Yes.
So a lot of issuers are not really prepared for that responsibility. So we provide a decentralized service to do that.
It's tremendous. I love it. The picks and shovels are that's always the best place to be. So how did you decide to get into this whole world in the first place?
Well, so my partner and I worked on some large identity management applications before. We come from the email space. And our other co-founder is a former SEC attorney, and he was a managing director in prime brokerage at Credit Suisse. So we were thinking about data rooms, we were thinking about how organizations share data, and then we got into the blockchain, and we went through this whole process. And so we took our experience with ID, okay, and PII, okay, and with legal requirements related to trading and compliance, and we kind of fused those things together. So we brought the expertise that we had developed in our previous businesses, and we created a product that solved one of our problems.
Right.
It wasn't abstract to us. It was a real problem that we could see other projects having. So, and we're here at the Security Token Academy Summit to meet with our partners that we've already announced.
Oh, great.
And also to meet new companies that want to help us together grow the security token ecosystem.
That's terrific. Do you have any sort of a profile of like the perfect kind of complementary companies that you do partner with?
Broker-dealers, custody platforms, issuance platforms, issuers themselves, anyone who's issuing a security token, and then exchanges and ATSs, because we bridge primary and secondary, SEC 33 and SEC 34.
Right,
we bridge those two poles.
Yeah, it's a good bridge to be on.
Yeah.
So tell us about your thoughts on the industry as a whole. So this security token thing, we're all sort of the choir. There's a lot of people preaching to each other the choir. But out in the world, people are just maybe starting to hear about this. Do you think that this is something that's a 2019 phenomenon where the fire really hits, or what do you think?
Well, first of all, it's going to take a little while for this to hit because you do an issuance, and then because these are typically restricted securities, you've got that year-long lockup, right?
Sure.
So the exciting trading part is a little ways down, right?
Yep.
However, there are a lot of companies, and this is my particular experience as a co-founder of a venture-funded company. There are so many, look behind us, there are so many companies here in this city who have taken venture capital money, and they're too big to get easily acquired, okay, and they're too small to go public, okay? I call that the gulch, okay? So there are all of these companies that are in this gulch. In the next year, as they may struggle to raise more funds, they may think, how do I get closer to liquidity? If I'm too small, too big to get acquired, and I'm too small to go public, tokenizing, using an equity token, is a way for them to activate the capital that they've had invested in them. Maybe give some liquidity to early investors or early employees, right?
This is a fantastic observation. This is something that I've heard no one else say, but that is a huge sampling. That's a huge sampling. I think that's a great point.
And these companies are all over the world, okay? And there's so much latent talent. There's so much capital that's locked up in startups, which are in the 5, 7, 9 year, kind of age. And those companies, it could be tokenized. They've got financial results, okay, operating history. They've got working product and clients. So you can take those companies and you can tokenize them, and you can pay dividends on their revenues or some other form of, payment to stakeholders. And what you can do is you can get some of the early employees, the angel and early round VCs out of those deals.
And even some of the early employees who even might have left the company but still have all of their vested stock, and they're just wondering, when am I ever going to see a return?
Exactly, when am I going to see a return?
I mean,
right? How many of us? How many of us are like this? And so, what Vertalo wants to do is Vertalo wants to use the power of security tokens in the blockchain to unlock and unleash entrepreneurship and capital from startups to create new startups, okay? New companies that can create new innovations. And so we think that security tokenization has a unique ability to create liquidity for companies that were previously illiquid, releasing this talent and this capital out into the market.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. So thanks so much for sharing all of your thoughts and your predictions and your observations with us, and we're totally wishing you the best of luck with Vertalo. Thanks, Dave, for being with us.
Yeah.